Guys, welcome back to Tasty Tailgating presented by Pepsi. Today, we're gonna recreate the White Castle slider. Let's get cooking. All right, guys, for these sliders, it's very easy to make. This one is probably gonna take 10 minutes total. We have ground beef. We have your favorite little sweet Hawaiian roll. I have an onion and then cheese. Pretty much it, salt and pepper, of course. But this one's very straightforward. It's a very unique way to make a burger. Before I did my research into how White Castle makes their sliders, I'd never thought this method was possible. So it's new to me, it might be new to you, but it's easy to do, so we will get started. First things first, we have to dice our onion. Boom, all right. Get some butter on your griddle, on your pan. All right, once your butter has melted, let's go in with all of our diced onions here. I'm just gonna use this section. So you wanna build an even layer of onions. Hit this with salt. Now, we're gonna shape little beef patties. Traditionally, they're square. I'm going circular. So give these a little bit, onions, give them a little bit of a head start on the cooking. And pretty thin, all right, that's kind of square. And then lay that down. Make them a little bit bigger than you think, because with any kind of burger slider, the meat's gonna shrink as it cooks. So these go right on top of the onions. Now this is where it's unique, because traditionally, whenever you're making a burger, cooking meat, you wanna get it on the pan so it sears and so you get a crust. This is hovering above, so the steam is actually what's cooking these through. There's no browning on the meat, which is traditionally not how you'd make a burger. This is why this is a new technique, which I have not seen before. We're using 80-20 beef, so 20% fat, 80% lean. Especially with this, you want a fattier beef content. Very rarely will you ever make a burger with higher than 80-20 ratio. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna poke holes into these. So you wanna go all the way through, make like 3 big holes. Now, a little salt on the beef. Now, this again is what's unique about these. We're gonna take our bread and you're gonna go directly onto that raw beef. So the bread is actually gonna cook into the beef. The steam is gonna come through, warm up the bread. So you go bottom bun, top bun can just rest right on top of it. But the bottom bun is going right on that raw beef. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it works. It cooks all the way through. That's why it's important also to make these patties pretty thin, because it's the steam that's cooking them. So if they're super thick, it's gonna take a while. Honestly, this one, we might have to chuck that one away. That one's a little thick. But as you can see, these are cooking now all the way up. The steam's cooking, and if there's not a lot of steam, technically they use dehydrated onions and they put more water on them. So the onions can be a little bit wetter. So you wanna put a little bit of water on the pan. That's gonna make more steam, and that's gonna help everything cook. It's also gonna help stop the onions from getting too brown and burning. If the onions start to look too brown, just throw a little water on them. It might happen. The water will stop that. Just try not to get any water on the bread, but just start to steam them. The ones on the outside might be a little brown, oh well. Okay, once you notice that they've been steamed all the way through, that there's no more red and it's gray all the way up, we're ready to finish it off. So, to assemble these, get under all the onion layer. You flip it over. Boom, and you have that. Top it with some cheese. There you go. And if your onions are sticking to your spatula, just give them a little hand. You want all those onions on there. Those are the best part, in my opinion. And this is a great one if you're cooking for people. Like, you can bang out, I could have made 10 more on the same pan. If you have a griddle pan, it works great for this. Onions go on, delicious. Oh, man, this is gonna be so good. And then top that with cheese. And as you can see, look, that cheese is just completely melted. All right, guys, and there you go. We have our sliders, and we have Jersey Jerry in the kitchen. He's gonna come try these out. Jerry, how you doing, Jerry?
Big fan of White Castle.
Yeah, you're a slider guy too?
Yeah, big fan.
All right, and remember, guys, every crave-worthy bite tastes better with Pepsi. I got the Pepsi Zero Sugar right here for you, Jerry.
Love that.
We're just gonna dive right in. Why don't you?
Yeah, let's do it.
Why don't you smack one of these? I'm gonna try
So we
one
got
too.
Onions on it.
You got onions and cheese, nothing else. No ketchup, nothing. If you want that, we can add it. But this is just,
I'm all good with
it's
that.
just the way it is. They're hot. Careful.
Yeah, very
All right,
hot.
Here we go.
Better than White Castle by far.
I'll take that. I'll take that all day.
Dude, so good.
Thank
so
you very
good.
much. Well, guys, that's gonna do it for this episode of Tasty Tailgating. There's Jerry. Thanks for trying these out. See you guys next week. Peace.